guys, how's it going? I'm here with Chris Rodriguez. He's known for Puffing Iron and some other projects, so we'll get into it right now.
Yeah.
So you went to film school.
I did.
You graduated, all that good stuff. But before that, you actually started your career on YouTube. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh
cool.
my gosh, you do your research.
So, well, I mean, I gotta be respectful.
I appreciate it.
So I'm a filmmaker.
Okay.
Right? This is part of my thing.
Love it.
But not about me. But I love your career in that. I know it's very hard to wear multiple hats.
Yeah.
And not just multiple hats, but the big three: writing, producing, and directing.
Yeah.
So you've done not only miniseries, but you did Puffing Iron and all that stuff. So why don't you go ahead and talk a little bit about the beginning of your career and the YouTube and how it led to all this stuff.
Absolutely. So, I mean, gosh, I don't know. I started trying out my own stuff and uploading to YouTube as soon as iMovie was available to me when I was like in middle school. So I would just like film stuff on my webcam, and I would because I couldn't move my desktop computer, I would try to like build a set in front of not actually, but like just with whatever furniture I could move around or whatever. I would try to make different sets out of the one room that I was able to, because I didn't have a camera, I just had the webcam. That's how I would film everything. And I would make these little YouTube videos with my family and my cousins. And then as I got older, when I became a teenager, I was in high school, I started scripting out my first stuff. I started writing my first scripted. I wrote a comedy miniseries that I shot all around my high school with my friends from high school. I had another drama series that was 6 half-hour episodes. All of it went right to YouTube. And then really where I feel like I really started with YouTube was when I had a series called One Word Films, where I would encourage viewers to comment a single word on the YouTube video, and every week we would pick a random word and turn it into a short film. And it was always a different genre.
So you created a short film from just one word?
From one word, and that would be the title of the short film.
Okay.
And we'd try to find different meanings of the word. For example, one of them, somebody commented the word ring. Right, and we're like, okay, like easy thing that comes to mind is like, why don't we make it like a romance story about a proposal or something like that? And then I was like, no, what if we made it a horror movie about a phone that doesn't stop ringing? And then, so we try to find different ways of using the word in creative ways. But that was like a really amazing creative exercise that allowed me to like wear all these different hats and figure out how do I get a final product by the end of the week. To post on Friday, because we had to post every Friday, and it was depending on those comments, so we would have to work very quickly. But thankfully, I had a bunch of great, talented friends.
I was going to say, like, it sounds like your friends really helped you out, because getting people together to make a project, it falls through so quick, even in the industry. Like,
totally.
Yeah, so that's great. I'm glad you had that experience.
Yeah, and it's a lot of the. I mean, we were doing this when we were teenagers in high school, like that's when we started. But it's a lot of the people I still collaborate with now, living in Hollywood. This was in Florida, like So it's kind of cool to see how we've all grown in our own ways.
So Puffing Iron, right? Yeah. So that came out 2 years ago, right, I believe?
It premiered at a festival.
Okay.
It's coming out next year.
It's coming out next year?
Yes.
Do we have a date?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's coming out next year, guys. So it'll be in like select theaters or?
Can't say yet.
Okay. All right. I'm trying.
Well, you'll know soon.
I'm trying. Okay. Okay. So is
valid questions.
So was Puffing Iron something that you wanted to do for a while, and then once you had the means to do it, or?
Puffing Iron is based on a comic book.
Okay.
That I also co-wrote.
Okay.
Oh my God. Oh, this is Puffing Iron.
Right here, guys.
So this started with the title.
Okay.
An old writing partner friend of mine came to me one time. He's like, I have an idea for a comedy movie, or a comedy story called Puffing Iron. And that's all I have. It's stoners that become weightlifters. That's all I have.
You got the premise.
And I was like, done. I was like, I see it. I see the vision. All right. There's a whole world here. So yes, it's very much, like I said, it's we spoof a lot of 80s films, a lot of classic stoner comedies, very sort of that like 80s sports movie vibe. It's very colorful. The film is very colorful, like the comic book. And it's got larger than life characters, and it's a lot of fun. So it started with that story, and then we laid out the story, and we kind of were making the film and the comic book at the same time.
Got it.
But the two mediums really lent themselves to each other just because of how colorful and bombastic the film is.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, we just kind of went ahead. It was our second film that we did. I did my first feature when I was in college, the pandemic hit. So I like wrote something that I could shoot onside my house to like see if I could actually make a movie. And
you
we did,
did.
and it
You
came out
did.
in theaters.
Yeah,
it
you did.
it was cool. It came out in like limited theaters across the country, which was awesome. And then it allowed us to finance Puffing Iron.
Okay, so you used the finances that you made from your first
Yeah,
feature.
or at least like recognition and like industry connections.
Right. You got in there. Yeah, you got in there. Okay.
So that was Puffing Iron. Like you said, we wrapped it about 3 years ago. And it's been a sort of long process. We premiered at the Miami Film Festival, which was awesome. Great response. Full sold out rowdy crowd. It was amazing. And we'd like to recreate that on release.
Okay.
So,
and you were born and raised in Miami, right?
Born and raised in Miami, yes.
Do any of the characters or anything that's in Puffing Iron come from your childhood or your past?
Definitely, I would say moments.
Yeah.
There's certain moments, there's definitely certain settings that were very important for me to include.
Because as you know, as a writer, you write what you know.
Right.
So like
absolutely.
a lot of influences.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I actually lived in not only the neighborhood that we shot the movie in, I lived in we ended up shooting the movie in the house I was living in at the time. I rented a house in Little Havana, which is the cultural heart of Miami, that is quickly changing. It's getting gentrified very quickly, and I wanted to kind of capture that on screen because the characters are going through these changes, not only emotionally, but physically. Halfway through the film, the characters, both actors themselves went through an intense physical transformation. We broke production for 4 months while they went through intense training and dieting, and then we came back and they look amazing.
That's awesome.
So there's like the montage scene in the middle of the movie where they get buff, and that's actually shot in real time. We would every week or so like film a few clips of them working out and training, and then
you saw the change.
You saw the
in
change
real life
happen.
and on screen.
Yes.
Like, okay.
And what was interesting to me as a director was the way that the setting is also kind of going through those changes. Little Havana as itself, as a neighborhood, was going through all these changes. And a funny story actually from production, we have these scenes that happen outside of a salsa club, and there was this old shut down salsa club on Calle Ocho, which is the Cuban heart of Little Havana. And we were like, oh, this is a great location to film this scene. Like, this restaurant's closed, but we'll make it look like it's open. It's on the sidewalk, whatever. We filmed this amazing scene, very cultural and warm and reminiscent of Miami. And as soon as the day after we wrapped, a big banner comes up that says, Starbucks coming soon.
Oh my God.
We were like, wow, we are capturing. And it's funny because in the script it said that later he walks past that restaurant and it's under construction and some like out of town corporate business is now being built there. That's what it said in the script that we wrote months before it happened in real life.
And it happened, yeah.
To the location we were filming at. So I think that was something that was really interesting.
Yeah.
The change in the characters and then also the setting. Yeah. It's very Miami.
Well, I think it's really cool you're capturing your childhood, your culture, and you're passionate about putting it on screen for everyone to see. I think that's great. So you've worked on mini-series and stuff in the features.
Yeah.
And you've worked from drama to comedy.
Yes.
So like how was it different for you, and like what do you prefer one or the other now that you've brought, you know?
I don't know that I prefer one or the other. They both have their things that interest me about the genres, and also I love to infuse all kinds of genres into whatever I'm making. But I find that there's a lot. For example, I'm working on a horror movie right now.
Okay.
And horror and comedy are very similar.
Yes.
It's all pacing.
Yes.
And you're either building up to a joke or to a scare, and it's very, very, very similar in a lot of ways. Yeah. So I think that there's more synergy with something like that than it is a straight-ahead drama. But then again, I like to infuse some comedy into my dramas, and,
right?
You know, so I don't know. For me, it's more about what's engaging, what's interesting, what's going to get somebody off of their phone and pay attention to the screen. That's what I care about.
All right.
Yeah.
And speaking of, what do you prefer? Like I said, you wear multiple hats. Do you just like doing writing, producing, directing, or would you like to like one day trust someone? Hey, you help me write the script, but and then another person produce it, and then you want to just concentrate on directing? Is there anything like that?
I like to. I don't want to close myself off to anything.
Right.
And I think for the right script, I would love to direct something that I didn't write, you know. But for the most part, I do like to. When I'm writing something, it's hard. It's more the opposite. First I start writing it,
okay,
and then I don't want to give it up to anybody else.
that's usually how it goes,
right?
Because you're like, this is my baby,
right?
I'm the only one that can direct.
And I write a lot of times like a director. You know, like you very much kind of see the aesthetic and the vision and the way that it should be edited, or it comes across in the script, the way that it's written. But producing kind of happens more out of necessity. But also,
I mean, producing, you got to hire everyone and make it happen.
I have multiple producers that make it happen. But if I'm a producer that's also directing, I have a little bit more say in what I'm doing creatively. So yeah, it just kind of all happens naturally to me, and then people break them up into these different terms. For me, it's one thing. I'm making the project.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. All right, man. And then I wanted to ask about your shirt. So your shirt says, for you that can see it, it says Arnold is numero uno. Can you tell us the reference?
Oh, absolutely. So Puffing Iron, the title is a riff on Pumping Iron, the famous Arnold Schwarzenegger documentary. This is referencing Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it's from he wears it in a very famous part of the documentary where he's smoking a joint. So I thought it was appropriate as a subtle promo for Puffing Iron. Also, the Spanglish of it all is very Little Havana.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it. It's a mix. Is there anything that you would like to say? Tell us about.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, Puffing Iron's coming soon.
Coming soon.
Keep an eye out for it. Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram, Mr.Chris.Rodriguez. That's me. I post all the updates on all my projects.
We will link it to the video.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And yeah, keep your eye out. I'm working on a bunch of cool projects that I'm really excited about, and you'll see them soon.
All right, guys, keep an eye out. Thank you so much for meeting. I really appreciate you. I appreciate your filmmaking. It's very inspirational. Keep going, man.
All right, I appreciate it.
All right, guys, we'll catch you next time.